Hello, buddy. This is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's subject is miracle. Miracle. So, for other videos and stuff like that, you can go to roberthollis.com/free and also get a copy of my best selling book, How Is That Working? Rat Race for Freedom. So, hello, Shoemaker, Mr. Shoemaker, Bill Shoemaker. Thank you so much. Hi, Vernay. Great to see you on here. Facebook, thank you very much for going out and sharing this with all my followers. And we'll get started just in one momento. Hi, Sandy. How are you? How are you? Great to see you on here. There's Craig. Hello, Craig. Thank you so much. Love and appreciate you so much. Jillian, thank you so much. Lisa Marie, hello. Hello, hello, hello. What do they call this? Thanksgiving week? I don't know. But we'll get started. We're a minute afterwards. So hi, Kai. Hi, Idreen. And we'll get started here. Hello, buddy. My name is Robert Hollis, and I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's subject is miracle. Miracle. Okay? So the first thing I want to say to all of you is, believe it or not, there's this phrase that I believe Albert Einstein said that, there's two ways that you approach life and two things that you think about all the time. And it's either you believe that everything's a miracle or you believe nothing's a miracle, right? And so I just want you to know that without getting into too much depth on my childhood, you read about it. You can go to roberthollis.com or go to youtube.com and put in Robert Hollis, and there's all kinds of stories of my of what I've gone through. And there was at times where everything that I thought was I grew up on the wrong side of the road. I was a victim. I grew up in foster homes. There was all these things that in my mind, I was so far from being a miracle, it was ridiculous. And all of a sudden I humbled myself. You guys probably heard where, all of a sudden I get in this place where I meet someone that knows a little more than I do. And I couldn't have been more humbled. I was 9 months on workman's comp. It was just, my life was just to the point where I didn't see any reason to continue to move on. And what ends up happening is that I meet a guy and he can hear my language. He can hear my thinking process. And he could tell that I was a victim, that I was a blamer, everything, oh, woe is me, victim, entitlement, blaming. And Craig, if you would do me a huge favor, and I was doing a lot of self-sabotaging. And that was a video I did yesterday. And, I was skeptical. I was critical. I was judgmental. I was sort of a know-it-all. And it's funny to be a know-it-all, but have your life so miserable. That's sort of very interesting, I wasn't a nice person. I wasn't a nice person at all. And so I meet this guy and, he's like, hey, listen, I'm going to show you how to build a large organization of loyal, satisfied, customers and subscribers. And I'm going to show you how to do that. And, honestly, I figured out something very quickly, that I didn't like people. Listen again, I didn't like people. And the reason I didn't like people is because I didn't like myself. And so when you don't like yourself, it's hard, so it's like, one of the commandments, or the two that Jesus left us with, is put him first and all things will be added onto you. Some of you, might have difficulty with that still. But the golden rule, like I posted today, is what I want for you, what I want for everybody, is what I want for myself. And to think that I could go from a person that didn't like anything about themselves to a person that learned to love themselves. And when I learned to love who I was, it's like if I said a statement to you, tell me what you love more than anything. And I do that to people all the time. And they don't say them. They don't say, I love me. I love who I am. I love what I do. It's like they don't love themselves. And so, thank God, I mean that, is, my mentor could see that in me. And so I know that he's done this with a lot of people, but I thank God he did it to me. He said, Robert, I need you to go to a bookstore. Can you imagine we can get this read online now? I need you to go to the bookstore, and I want you to get a book called Og Mandino, The Greatest Miracle in the World. I want you to go to the store. I want you to get that book, and then I want you to read it. And when you get done reading it, really, really small book, you know what I mean? And what? It's got a whopping 107 pages here. Yeah, 108 pages. And Og Mandino has written quite a few books. And I decided to do that. I decided I wanted my life to change. I wanted it to be better. And what this book first taught me was it taught me gratitude. So that's what I talked to yesterday, and self-sabotaging. So instead of everything needing to be perfection and everything needing to be, no one will do this for me and no one will do that for me, and entitlement and blaming and oh, woe is me and everyone's against me in the world. I learned through this book how to be grateful, And in chapter 9, and again, this has nothing to do with religion, is they have what is called the God Memorandum. And the God Memorandum is something that you're supposed to read, really short chapter. You're supposed to read every day before you go to bed. And so when I read the book, I reached out to my mentor. This is just me. I'm just being honest. When I read that book, I was just rocked to the core. I've never, ever, ever been the same person since. And I learned that, I can see, I can hear, I can talk. I can feel the sun. I can hear a baby laughter. I can hear people's laughter. I can hear the words, I love you. And I learned to be grateful for the littlest things that I had forgotten, because I didn't look at these things as being, anything of value. I was too focused each and every day about what I wasn't getting, right? Why I wasn't getting this, and why no one did this for me, and blah, 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 blah. And so what I'm going to post here is a video. I shared this book with an incredible woman named Wanda Kay. And she, for those of you that don't like reading, she took the time. She took the time to do the chapter of the God Memorandum. And it's pretty interesting that I went and looked right before I jumped on here, and she posted it in 2017. And to think that this is her #1 video on her YouTube channel, and she has over 43,000 people that and the stuff that she puts underneath there. For those of you'll be able to see if you want to. Wanda reads the entire book, and you can jump on her Facebook group and listen to that. But I just wanted to share in a very short video that a lot of things that makes me successful is the way that I feel about me and the way that I feel about other people. And through these books, I started learning that the way to greatness is the service of many. And I can tell you right now that every one of your guys' lives would change if you reread this book. You can get it on Amazon. I'm going to post a link here where I actually found it in some kind of archived deal. And I don't know if this will help you, but you definitely need a copy of it. So I'm sure that Craig probably already posted it on Amazon, but you can take a picture of it again. Og Mandino, The Greatest Miracle in the World. And I just thought I would share this, to each and every one of you to say that this was one of the books, the very first book that altered and changed who I was as an individual. And so now each and every day, I know that I'm a miracle. And it's my goal to make sure that if I do anything, is to help other people come to that same belief. Because when you know that you're a miracle and that you were created to create, you were created to create, that now you'll stop being competitive. You'll hopefully, by reading this chapter for 100 days every day, you'll get to see how much you really want to change. A lot of you say you want to change, but there's a lot of people that won't do the assignment. I did the assignment. Things changed for me so fast, so quick, in every area of my life, so rapidly. And so this is a week of being thankful. I'm thankful for each and every one of you. I love and appreciate you. Please share this book or this video with people that you know need to learn to love themselves. And so when I got the change that happened to me with this book, you know, I still consistently listen to it. I still consistently will make a challenge to go through another 100 days. And with us all evaluating how good was 2022 to us, it's far from done for me, but this is always a good time. So a lot of videos I'm going to be doing between now and the end of the year are going to be more on, you know, being in a place of being. You know, everybody wants something. They believe that they should do something so they can get something. And the problem with that is you can follow people's scripts, you can follow me to the T, you can do the process exactly, you can work hard, you can contact to a lot of people, but you gotta be. You gotta be before you have. Are you hearing me? So a lot of you, I could reach out to the exact same people as you do and get results from those people because I know how to be. So I be first, then I do, and then I have, right? And so a lot of people want to do and have without being. And so, man, that's some ancient stuff from, you know, Science of Getting Rich, Think and Grow Rich, all the popular books, including, I had a great conversation with a dear friend of mine, LT Money today. And that's why I did this video. He inspired me that, you just mentally need to consistently put yourself in a place where you're no longer in resistance. And so I can go on, but I wanted to share with you that, read this book. I know that, if no one's giving you permission to be happy or successful, let me be the first. And I believe in you, and do me a huge personal favor. I'd really appreciate it. And share this with everyone you know, because it's just about them learning that they're a miracle. And they got to get this gratitude stuff down on a daily basis to change not only who they are, but change their relationships, change everything. So when I did that video yesterday about self-sabotage, this is the book that turned that around. This is the book that turned that around for me. I love and appreciate you. Have a great day. See you on the next video.